So, as a someone who streams and also does YouTube videos, some recent news or events have occurred on one of the platforms that I tend to multi-stream on. I stream on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube when I do my gaming segments. But links in the description below. But I had to talk about this when I saw that one of the platforms I was streaming on had employees that were openly talking to higher management or talking with them, or had higher management in the room, and they were easily using the N-word, racial slurs. And I'm not sure if that same management was in the room when they were using the F slurs or showing transphobic remarks or transphobic views. So one of Kick's, right? Kick, obvious, of course it's gonna be Kick. They've been under so much, trash, so much shit lately for everything else that they have done, everything else that they have been through. All their streamers, the PDF file streamers that will be on Omegle being like, oh, how old are you? I'm 19. How old are you? The girl will say 16. They're like, oh, what? You said 18? You said 18, right? And all that kind of trash going on Kick's site. Yeah, of course it would be Kick that had employees that were saying things like this behind the scenes, openly to higher management staff and to each other. But we're going to go ahead and react to this video, X staff, why I had to leave Kick. And we're going to it's by the YouTube channel ItsMelissaDude. And I'm not gonna lie, I had to try. If I typed in just this title, X staff, why I had to leave Kick, it took me so long.
First up in the news,
hold on, that's not it. It took me so long just to find. Yes, look, I typed right here, X staff, why I had to leave Kick. First thing that pops up, Streamer TV. This is how I found out about it. I watched their video. And then next is XQC clips, Hassan, and then whoever Bumpkin is, XQC clips. You don't see the original video unless all the way down here you see It's Melissa, her channel, but you don't see the original video by her. So it makes me wonder why. I know it's apparently it's a new channel and everything, but why is YouTube not like putting that at the very top? Why is her original video not at the very top? You see people who reacted to it at the very top, and hers is all the way, not even her video, her channel is all the way down at the bottom. And if you don't know who the original creator was that made that video, then you won't know that to click on that channel in order to find the original video. But of course, I did hear about XQC reacting to it. And XQC has a $100 million contract with Kick. So of course I heard he defended Kick, which of course he would because of that $100 million contract. I don't know or care what Hassan has to say about it because it's Hassan. And I wanted to give my own take on this. So let's watch the full video. And I just want to say that since they used the racial slur, the N-word with the hard R, so NIGGER, while upper management was in the room with them, and upper management didn't bat an eye or anything like that, as a black content creator, obviously that makes me uncomfortable being on that site, because I used to stream on, I used to stream my anime watchings on Kick, right? I used to well, I used to stream it on Kick and Twitch when I would watch anime. And and every now and then, well, it just recently started. It happened only twice so far, but someone would post in my Kick chat saying, hey, you're going against Kick TOS, where you have to either end your stream. We ask that you end your stream and we'll delete the VOD, or we'll delete your VOD for you. The first time it happened, you know, I was watching Amazon's Invincible, and so I was like, all right, cool. So I ended my stream. I finished watching the episode on Twitch, and then I came back to Kick and continued the rest of my stream. They never deleted the VOD like they said they would. So the second time it happened, I was like, well, you didn't delete the VOD last time. It could be someone pretending to be Kick. And because, you know, if you type things in a certain way, at least on League of Legends, then you can pretend to be like, you know, system admin type-ish, right? And so I was like, all right, well, I don't know if you're actually Kick staff because you never deleted the last VOD. So blah, 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 blah. Next thing I know, my Kick stream was forcefully ended, and I had to put a new Kick stream key into the, you know, just to continue my Kick stream. But here's the thing. If you go to Kick's other watch party, boom, anime. Boom, anime. People are streaming shows all the time. Boom, anime. And boom, anime. And I was the only one. It felt like, now it feels like, especially now that I know they had people, well, racist people behind the desk, behind, you know, in the office at Kick. Boom, anime. Like, now that I know that, of course they would it feels like, of course they would single me out and stop me from streaming anime in a watch party while you have all these other channels, boom, anime, doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So of course I'm gonna feel some type of way if it comes out that their Kick. Oh wait, you guys were looking at me the whole time. Hold on. let me just switch the camera back. But yeah, boom, anime, 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 anime. So yeah, of course I'm gonna feel some type of way, anime, when I'm streaming anime in a watch party and Kick staff tells me to stop when you have all these other channels doing the same thing. Of course I'm gonna feel some type of way now, especially when it comes out that Kick staff had racist workers, employees in the office with their higher management in the office with them, and they're saying the N-word with the hard ER, and the higher management is not saying anything about it, not stopping them, not you know, punishing them or anything. Of course, now I'm gonna feel some type of way. So now, just saying that, I don't know if I want to stream on Kick anymore. But let's go ahead and watch this this video. Yo, welcome back, MCM. Let's go ahead and watch this video and see what she has to say about her job at Kick.
Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know who—
Oh, that's very low. Hold on. I mean, now I also kind of get why Bruce dropped him off. Was happy to leave Kick.
who I am, which is probably 99% of you. My name's Melissa, and
I don't know if Bruce dropped him off
by Kick and Steak. There's been a—
I don't know if Bruce dropped him off, left because he knew of the racism going on and all the other issues going on behind Kick, but he never said, but he did just leave. Maybe he'll come out with a video about it later.
Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know who I am, which is probably 99% of you, my name's Melissa, and I was previously employed by Kick and Steak. There's been a couple of controversies recently that I've posted on my Twitter just in regards to how they've treated me since I left. Not only did they send me a cease and desist—
Your continuing obligations to Easy Go Solutions Party Ltd. We act on behalf of EasyGo Solutions. We are instructed that you recently resigned from your employment with EasyGo and have since made comments on social media about our client, which have the risk of damaging our client's reputation. Accordingly, we have been instructed to write you to remind you of our continuing contractual and legal obligations to our client. So even obviously putting out this video is probably still going against what this is, her contractual agreement. So definitely huge shout out to her for still putting this video out there. It looks like this is the only video that she has on her YouTube channel. So it looks like she made this YouTube channel just to make that video. Or at least, I don't know, because she's got 704 subscribers. She's got this one video. I don't really know when the channel was made. Joined 2018. Okay, she joined that time. But I don't know when. I guess this is the first video that she ever uploaded on the channel. But it sounds like it feels like she made this channel, or she had the channel for a while, but this is the first video that she put on it. So shout out to her.
Which I'll go into in a second. In regards to this tweet, or here.
Hello, I have decided to step down from my position at Kick/Stake. Sometimes you have to go with your gut and stand by your values. Good luck, have fun.
But they've also been lying about the fact that I was fired when I quit. So I posted this post with my resignation letter in it.
Is there a depth that Kick streaming won't stoop to? I have been told multiple times since I quit that they are going around saying I was fired and making up ridiculous reasons why. Let's put this to bed right now. Here is a screenshot of my resignation email. Wait, I quit to get away from this type of BS, unethical behavior, yet they persist. Is this even legal?
I think a lot of people were kind of confused on why I would post a resignation letter to like 700 people that follow me on Twitter. This is because quite a few people in the esports industry do follow my account. And I thought it was a good way to showcase that if they had heard these lies, that they were absolutely unfounded. And I felt like I really had no other option. I mean, it was either let it go or try my hardest to get it out there, that was absolutely not the case. Now, when I talk about them lying about me being fired, I'm not talking about an entry-level exec or some account manager. I'm talking about the CMO of both Kick and Stake.
The managers and the partners of the team. The
guy that approves all the contracts. He's the head of the affiliate team for Stake. He runs the social media team, but pretty much everything runs through him. Every event,
or maybe
anything
not Eddie
at all, as far as
I think Eddie's just one of the owners.
Ideas or streamers or anything runs through this guy. He's basically Ed. He's on pretty much the exact same level as this guy. He directly reports to Ed. The CMO basically runs everything. I think they decided to go with this strategy because Stake and Kick are supposed to be sort of booming at the moment, and a lot of people in the industry would probably think it was crazy for someone to leave because it's such a big opportunity, and it really is, especially being in Australia where we really don't have a big entertainment industry at all. So, you know, this is kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity for people. I think that they would have thought they would get away with saying that I was fired because there's no way someone would leave this business. Little do they know it was actually extremely easy to leave with the things that go on in that office. The ego on these people is insane to think that no one would leave. But they do employ people purposely that are completely okay with unethical behavior and conduct it themselves and work with zero integrity. So I'm not surprised that they were surprised that I would leave. I guess that was a mistake on their point to even employ someone like me, thinking that I would be okay with even a quarter of the things that happen in that office. It's important to note that the office environment for me was extremely hostile. Not only because I was being treated pretty poorly by a couple of individuals and the people that I went to for help were not helpful at all, but because there was just a consistent disrespect to other people's opinions and beliefs. And this went as far as to just consistently hearing the F slur, and not even just in jest, like as a joke. It was specifically, you know, targeted towards people that it was supposed to discriminate against.
Bro, what the
even so much as to walk past the socials room, the guys that run the, you know, Kick streaming and Kick community, and hear the N-word just dropped, hard R. And I'm like, what is this office? How? And they had the executive, like the upper management was in the room. And I just sort of was like, what did I just hear? I couldn't believe it. And it's like,
now you know why I mentioned earlier that the whole thing about when I was streaming, when I would stream on Kick and I would do my watch parties of anime, but randomly Kick staff would come in and be like, hey, you're breaking TOS, and then make me in my stream or force in my stream on that site. When at the same time, other channels were literally doing the same thing, and we'll bring it up again. They're still doing it. Boom, anime. Anime. Where is it? Anime. Pretty sure one of these is supposed to be anime as well. But yeah, you get it. I showed you guys last time, anime. And but so now you know how I feel when I you know, now you can see why I would feel some type of way when you have other multiple people streaming anime in a watch in the watch party list, but I would get told to end my stream, or I would get my stream force ended. Obviously, when I do my reactions, you can see that I'm black, and if they have Kick staff openly using the N-word with the hard ER, then now I kind of get why, you know, of course I'm gonna feel some type of way.
I came from companies that if you said anything slightly offensive, you were in trouble, if not fired. Like, and I think, you know, there is a balance that you have to strike, but at the end of the day, it's the company's responsibility to ensure that everybody feels safe and welcome. I even remember seeing a couple of people in my team laughing because they were deliberately misgendering transgender streamers. Like, who, like how do you function in that environment? So in regards to my resignation letter, a lot of it was blurred. This was just due to the fact that a lot of it was personal information that wasn't really relevant, or
so obviously let me go ahead and apologize for any transgender streamers that were on Kick or that are still on Kick and did not know that they were the targets of that misgendering, and any, you know, black people that are still on Kick and who may have been a target of racism from the Kick staff. Because, you know, at any moment, Kick staff could be watching your stream and be like, oh, look at this N-word. Or Kick staff could be watching a male to female streamer and saying, oh, look at this dude. Or man, or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I apologize that you guys had to deal with that. I don't know if I was ever in that situation, and I don't know who's ever been in that situation, but just gonna apologize for that you had to go through that anyway.
It depicted another staff member whose story is not mine to tell. But the part that you could see that I really didn't want public, but I knew if I blurred literally the entire thing out, it would have zero impact and people would just assume that it was fake anyway. So I speak about the fact that I needed flexible working arrangements and that they were revoked. A lot of people assumed that I needed to be home all the time, or I was working from home, or I wasn't showing up from work, or I was taking a ridiculous amount of time off, which is just absolutely not the case. So my daughter started school in February, and every second week I needed to pick her up. So I would get in at around 9:30 after dropping her off. I wouldn't take any breaks or have lunch, and I would leave by about 2:30. It's important to note that a lot of staff members work from home, and we absolutely didn't have a stringent office working environment where we couldn't actually access information outside of the office, especially my team where we had to work 24/7 because we.
Yeah, you're right. These Kick staff looks like they just literal trolls. They just sit in the office and just mock others or something, or just talk shit about people, it looks like, and they don't even do their job. I think you're right.
We're the POCs for a lot of partners overseas, And also I was consistently working with businesses overseas. So there were times where I would be working from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. outside of work hours after doing a day's work. So it was very normal to work from home anyway. And all I needed to do was work from home for a couple of hours at the end of the day to pick up my daughter every second week. You can imagine it was a surprise to me when the manager of the partners team, yes, the same guy that has been going around spreading lies about me, sat me down and just flat out said that my flexible working arrangements would be revoked effective immediately and I need to find alternatives. I found it absolutely disgusting that that was effective immediately when basically giving me no time to come up with an alternative. And not to get too personal, but I don't have anybody to lean on. I don't have friends or family that can help me out here. And they were very aware of that. So for me, there was no other options. They were basically telling me to choose between my child and my work. Of course, I asked if this had anything to do with my performance, because to me, that was the only...
So it sounds like they kind of they put you in a corner and forced you to quit. If they already knew that you didn't have anyone else to lean on and you needed the option that they originally gave you when you first joined the company, then it sounds like they wanted to just wanted to get rid of you.
Only excusable reason that they could have to even revoke the rights, but to do it so suddenly. I was told in that meeting that it had absolutely nothing to do with my performance, which...
I made sure to record this meeting as they had already done some very dodgy things.
Made sense to me because I wasn't underperforming at all and I hadn't been told ever that I was underperforming. So it would have been very out of the blue for them to just say it in that meeting and not tell me anything prior or give me any kind of notes prior to that, like, oh, please work on this or you need to do better here. When I asked what the reason was for this insane backflip, they told me that my parental responsibilities were becoming a burden to the team's morale and that it was going to have an effect on their performance.
Hold on, she already said that a lot of their members work from home anyway. So how is her having to leave work to pick up her child having an issue, a negative influence on the team's morale? Isn't that what she's... Hold on. My face cam's upside down for a reason. You gotta figure it out.
Notes prior to that, like, oh, please work on this or you need to do better here. When I asked what the reason was for this insane backflip, they told me that my parental responsibilities were becoming a burden to the team's morale and that it was going to have an effect on their performance. And as you can see, this...
Yeah, the times it seems like they definitely just wanted to get rid of her. How are you gonna say your parental responsibilities, the responsibilities of being a parent, are having an effect on the team's performance and it's affecting their morale? And like, what? You already have people that work from home for a lot of the times. How is her parental responsibilities having an effect? She looks like she was already doing her job. Looks like she was doing, like, they didn't have an issue with her job, with her performance in the job. They only said that her parental responsibilities have an issue on her performance. What? All right, well, now what does this say? We have given you the benefit of doubt for the past couple of months by letting you work from home during the second half. Whenever you have required to do so, however, next week onwards, an example, starting from 22nd of April, oh wait, no, that's April, never mind. You would have to request leave half day if you are unable to work for all the 7.5 hours at the office. We also discussed how this might affect the team in the long run. WRT, what's our WRT? I'm not sure. The team's performance and the team's morale. What? So her having to sometimes work from home, even though she's also in the office sometimes, and her parental responsibilities, they're saying that affected the team's performance. What? That doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, you probably could just sit in the kick office room, do nothing but twiddle your thumbs and make money.
was solidified in this email. Yes, I have blurred out the rest because it's totally irrelevant and I want to make sure that this stays on track. This was very hurtful. You know, if you're a parent, you know that your morale is also very low, especially if you're working full time. So to hear that other people's morale was low for me having to run around like a psychopath every morning and every night trying to, you know, scurry together to get her to school, to get to work, to leave work, to go get her, you know, it was a lot of pressure on.
How did her having to attend to her parental duties and leave office or not be in the office sometimes and work from home, how did that affect the team's morale? Was it because they couldn't look at boobs or something? Like, what's going on? Like, other than if that wasn't it, then just seems like they just wanted to get rid of her. And for what reason other than, because they didn't say so far, it looks like they didn't say anything. Well, obviously she blurred some of the other stuff out, but we don't know if there has been any mention of her work performance. She said earlier that it wasn't her work performance. So was there's like, oh, there's no boobs for me to look at. That's affecting my morale. She needs to be fired. Like, what?
Me, and it's a lot of pressure on anybody. And to be so blatantly just disregarded, you know, and overlooked in that moment, it really sucked. Look, I wasn't at all surprised about being treated like this because the way that company is run is unimaginable. But it did make me sad being told that basically my daughter was a burden to other people. I also reference in this resignation letter that I was being mistreated by a couple of co-workers. I'm not going to get into this right now because honestly, it's just a lot.
No, go ahead. You should definitely get into it.
There's a lot to say. I actually made a video that was an hour and a half long about Kik, but I decided that I kind of came off a little bit like this guy. So I am not going to release that right now. I'm just going to go into my last month at the company and what was the turning moments that made me go, this is absolutely not worth it anymore. So after being told that I couldn't have flexible working arrangements, I sought out the CMO, that great guy, and I was like, what do I do? Where do I run? Who do I speak to? Blah, blah, blah. He goes, I'll speak to Ed. Ed is the one that basically fires you or he doesn't because of these types of issues. So every single day I came in, I was like, okay, I'm expecting them to give me an answer. You know, a week went by, 2 weeks went by, 4 weeks went by, and I'm still chasing this guy up. Like, what's going on? Can you just let me know? Like, can we talk about alternatives? I'm happy to do an extra day on the weekend if I have to. Like, I wanted to continue to try and move this platform to a good place, a safe place, a savory place for the industry. And I couldn't do that if I didn't work here. And honestly, they need all the help they can get in that regard because most people that work there really don't give a shit. I actually never got clarity on this at all. I actually quit before I ever got clarity about it. So who knows what would have happened. The stress of not knowing was definitely a part of wanting to leave. But there were two specific incidences in my last couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks, that really solidified the fact that I was absolutely not in the right place. One of these incidences was when I was in a meeting and for those of you who don't know, there's a creator on Kik who got a contract through one of the bigger streamers. This creator has special
contracted one of the bigger streamers
needs, and we
I think I remember hearing about this during through Streamer TV's thing. It was a black special needs person, and the contract that he got was through Aiden Ross. And if I remember correctly, she's gonna talk about how one of the Kik employees was gloating about how he was able to lower that streamer's, the special needs streamer, he was able to lower that streamer's contract deal to like $5 or something, like $5 an hour or something like that.
Gave him a contract out of good faith and the fact that this bigger streamer was quite a fan of him. Quick side note, I grew up with a severely autistic cousin and I am very in tune with the needs and well-being of anybody with a disability. So I wanted to follow up on this guy's contract renewal because the POC was the manager of the partners team. And I don't know if you guys have figured this out or not yet, but he's a massive dick. So I was really concerned that this streamer wasn't going to be treated well, and I was right. So when I asked about this streamer's contract renewal, he had a smirk on his face and goes, "I decimated his rate." And this was apparently fucking hilarious because everybody else in the room laughed. I said, "Well, what did you put it down to?" And he proceeded to then brag about the fact that he got him on a below market set rate for an English streamer. Everybody thought this was funny,
a below market rate, huh?
I was shocked. And even if I think about this too much, it actually makes me cry, because the thought of how bad this streamer must have felt, it's just not right. And the level of just cruelty there as well, and just absolute like no compassion towards the fact that this person, there are no words. I have no words about this. It made me, I don't use the word hate very often, but it made me hate this person, which was very difficult because he was managing that team that I was a part of. Being around this people and those people who thought it was funny became impossible. And this is amongst a billion other things that I put in that 1.5-hour video that I haven't released, but I think this kind of adequately depicts the type of people that are, you know, pulling the strings behind this platform. The second reason, so the second incident that happened about 2 days prior to me leaving, which really solidified it. I walked out of this meeting, called my friend and was like, "It's done. I'm done. I'm out of here. I cannot do this anymore." We were talking about the fact that they were trying to get a very beloved Twitch streamer over to Kick to stream Steak as well.
So like a Kick contract / Steak contract, like, so they would have to gamble as well. A Kick contract with a gambling clause.
And God, it's horrible. And just for context, this particular streamer had been publicly battling cancer recently. So they decided to utilize that in their strategy to get this person over. The conversation very quickly became quite sinister. I'm going to say a quote, and it's something that I cannot get out of my head because it's so heinous to me.
Before that, what content let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments below what Twitch streamer that was that you think they could have been talking about, the one that was battling cancer.
And I think it will speak volumes in, you know, the type of characters that work there, which is why I had to get out. The quote that I remember hearing was, "We can get her on Kick streaming Steak for a relatively low price because she probably thinks she's going to die soon, and she'll want to leave more money for her family."
What the fuck?
When I heard that, I actually...
How do they know she wasn't planning on beating cancer? They're just like, oh, she probably thinks she's gonna die soon, and she probably wants to leave more money for her family. So let's get her on Kick for a low price. Yeah, I can see that whole Birdman rubbing your hands meme thing. Like, yeah, let's do that type of thing going on, man. That's some... No, it's no wonder that this is the company. It's no wonder that this company let PDF file streamers last so long and are still lasting on their streaming channel. Like, oh, appreciate it, dude. But like, with, I forgot their names, but something about chickens did a video on one of Kick's streamers where he would be talking to women on Omegle. They would say they're underage. He'd be like, "What? You said you were 18?" And they were like, "Oh, yeah, I'm 18." And then he would ask them to show him their tits. And then he would be streaming this without, they wouldn't know he was streaming this, but then he would take those clips and put them in his Discord channel. So distributing CP, and be like, yo, y'all go check that out. Y'all go check that out. What do you think? Fire? What do you think? Fire? Yeah, this is the kind of people that Kick had and still have on their channel. People who do streams like that. So it's no wonder that their staff is exactly like that. And one of them even had Eddie in their streams watching them and donating to them and being like, hey man, good stream, blah blah blah, or W stream, whatever. Like, oh sorry, what? So I'm not surprised that the I thought the Kick staff was, I gave them the benefit of the doubt, and I thought they didn't know what those streamers were actually doing. Like maybe Eddie came in when before he got to another girl, but no, it looks like that their staff is just that terrible. JFK style. I feel it, man. Gotta take them out. Something's gonna happen, man. And I feel sorry for Trainwrecks because I don't know how Trainwreck's views on it, right? But I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and think that he's a good guy. No, you know, I don't want to think he's racist. I don't want to think that he promotes, you know, PDF files, but I'm curious as to what he thinks about what's been going on with Kick. Like, he's obviously one of the owners, right? Does he regret going in to business with these type of people? And how does he feel about it? After we finish this video, I'm gonna see if he has a reaction to it or any type of statements that he's made.
Was surprised. I sort of looked up in surprise.
Cool. Facts,
and everybody
bro.
else was sort of looking at this.
Hashtag not like us, right? Kendrick Lamar. Hashtag they not like us.
Person that was speaking and just being like, yeah, you know, that's true. Let's go with that. Like, I think we can get this person. And I remember
Charlie used to say something
getting
about
really hot after that.
I'm
like, I just felt like I was in hell and I was talking to the devils and I was talking to demons, like, and these demons were plotting to, you know, take over the world, and I had to stop them. Like, it felt so bad. When I walked out of that meeting, I actually ended up going home early because I needed to after having that conversation with my friend, I just needed to really, really think hard about whether I could stick this out. And obviously my decision was that I was going to walk away. I had no intention to expose the company, although a lot of people that I did speak to about these issues, like throughout the entire time I was there, and then obviously when I left and the reasons why, they said that people should know about this, especially because this company has so much influence. Letting people know about what's going on behind the scenes might help them hold them accountable. And there is nothing without accountability. And right now they are not accountable for anything. As you can see, they just let shit slide. They do anything. They don't care about pedophiles on the platform. Like this guy right here, I had to fight tooth and
Yeah, I heard about this guy. He does the same thing. Hold on, I think she's gonna talk about it.
nail to get this guy off. This is something I went into detail in the other video, but yeah, fought so hard to get this guy off, and he told two 14-year-old girls that he wanted to do something sexual to them, and he even included their age in the proposition. I mean, if you haven't seen the video, it's so heinous, it's so wrong, and the fact that everyone there could watch it almost with a grin on their face. There were staff members who were defending it, saying that it was a joke.
Nah.
That was actually one of the first times I was like, I have to walk away. If this guy stays on the platform, I have to go. Child endangerment, like having children on the platform. Before I got there was no verification process for if somebody was underage. And it's so funny because by the time I left, me and compliance had put together a process, and because I was pushing it so hard, I'm like, we cannot allow anybody under 13 to stream. Now, nobody knew this, by the way, because I guess when you...
Hold on, before she continues to forward. It doesn't matter if it was a joke or not. You are a platform that's supposed to be trying to compete with Twitch. Do you want your image to be that you allow PDF files on your platform streaming? and you back them and you defend them? Do you want your reputation to be that as a streaming platform that's supposed to be trying to compete with Twitch? Do you want that to be your content? Do you want that to be your reputation? Like, I know Twitch has done some degenerate things as well, but do you want someone who's talking to 14-year-olds and telling those knowing they're 14 and telling those 14-year-olds that they want to do something sexual, you want them to represent your platform? And you're supposed to be competing with Twitch? And you're defending his actions, saying that it's a joke. Whether it's a joke or not, you want someone like that to represent your platform. That's Kick staff is I think they need a rehaul. I think they need to rehaul their staff. They need to get rid of at least almost everybody or something and put in new staff. Like, it seems like the staff that's there right now just isn't worth it. If they think that the staff that they have right now is worth it, then the entire platform itself is not a platform that will last long. It's not a platform that can actually compete with Twitch. It's not a platform that can look to overthrow Twitch at any time at all. It's not a platform that deserves anyone's attention. I thought, a lot of streamers or a lot of other people said, like, Kick's got a bunch of degenerate streamers on it. I was like, yeah, probably a lot of degenerate streamers, but hey, not all of us are degenerate. Some of us are like me. I like to think I'm pretty good, pretty chill. I may watch anime on the site, but like, I don't really do anything degenerate. But now I see that it's not just the streamers, it's also the staff that's in the wrong completely.
Copy Twitch's TOS verbatim, and then you just get some random guy in the office to change, the wording. None of the staff know the terms of service. So a lot of people were just like, nah, she can stream even if she's 6 years old because, she'll have her dad near her or whatever. And it's like, no, that's actually not the case. She cannot be on the platform, and she cannot hold her own account. Funnily enough, when I left, I was like, okay, good. The child safety part is pretty much done. They have a process now in place, and I'm pretty sure there's no need to allow children on the platform, because what market are you trying to capture? You already have pedophiles on the platform. Are you just trying to like appease them? Like, what's the point? I still don't know, because I saw this tweet about 2 or 3 weeks ago where
this kid has been hustling all weekend. #DreamHack or @DreamHack or whatever. Dallas with a solid family at his side. Check out Blink when he fires up on Kick. Guys got to meet at Cypher PK. Reminded him about that one time he got me as an elf. Wait, what? Gave him a few autograph photos. Hope he will add me up and game. And she was just like, okay, I can leave now because we finally were able to put that, protection in for children, and I feel safe about it. And then bam, roughly less than 2 months later, a
staff member is promoting on Twitter an 11-year-old boy who, whilst I was there, I was the reason why this kid got banned. And I'm sorry to the child that that might upset you, but it's about your own safety. And especially on Kick, I feel like sometimes Kick should be like you can't even be on it under 18. This child was banned when I was there because, I did have a zero tolerance towards it, because children need to be protected, not only against the people on the platform, but you need to protect children against being, exploited by their parents, which you see on YouTube all the time. You need to protect children from people on the streams. Like, if he got chatbotted, or a bad character came into his stream and started saying horrible things that you can only imagine, I would feel guilty for that. And who knows what that's going to do to that child as he grows up. Ugh, God, I just can't believe these people. Anyway, so as you can see in the tweet, he's just promoting him. He's reinstated his account. The kid gets featured all the time.
No.
And he's verified. And he's 11. And the reason I know he's 11 is because on his Facebook page that he used to stream on, it says, I turned 11 in Dallas. They just blatantly ignore their terms of service, which are in place to protect children from dipshits like this that I, for some reason, had to fight to get off the platform. I'm sorry, it's this type of shit. This just makes me so frustrated because the bare minimum is to protect kids. And these two examples just showcase that they could care less. They could care less. There were times where I was nearly in tears because I just didn't understand why they cared so much about letting this guy stay.
Okay, like now we have to start asking if she was like the barrier of protection, right? Fighting tooth and nail to get one guy kicked off the platform, and fighting tooth and nail to keep 11-year-old kids off the platform, and for their protection. Where, if she's not there anymore since she left, since she quit, where is Kick's direction heading in now? If she was one of the few barriers, I mean, it's also no wonder why Kick wanted to get rid of her and would come up with a excuse to be like, your parental responsibilities are destroying the team morale and other co-workers. Of course they came up with something random like that because she was trying to stop them from doing things like that. So they wanted to get rid of her so that they can continue their degeneracy in a downward spiral. So where is Kick headed now that she's gone? What are they gonna do now that she's gone? Like, things are only gonna get worse.
And letting this kid on the platform, I don't understand. I do understand that the less savory streamers do have viewers that are likely to mortgage their fucking house to stream on stakes. So that is the reason. And well, you know, what's a few pedophiles for a few $1 billion? So anyways, thank you for watching. I don't know if this video is even going to go anywhere. I hope it does because this is the only way that they're going to be held accountable. I also don't know what's going to happen to me because of this video. I don't really care if they sue me. I doubt Stake wants to be in a courtroom anyway. But if they do, I mean, I have nothing to take anyway. I guess I'll pay them like $30 a week for the rest of my life, or I'll declare bankruptcy. But I guess the worst thing would be if I just disappear randomly. You know, crazy things have happened to people that go against big gambling companies. Just look it up. But so if I do disappear randomly, luckily I moved house recently and I'm not even on the lease, so hopefully they can't find me. But I feel like after recording that long video and even doing this one, it's been very cathartic for me. It's really sorted out a lot of my thoughts. It is the entire clown race, you're right. I've been able to really reflect on what happened there and how wrong it all was. There is so much more, but I think for now that kind of at least showcased my little story about why I left. And yeah, I appreciate it, and please just be aware of these things. And I'm not trying to shame anybody on Kick, any creator. If you're on Kick and you think that, you know, it's better for your community or you're happier there, that's totally fine. It's not your responsibility to, you know, take on the burden of the inner workings of a company that you're slightly associated with by using their platform. That is not your burden. It is, however, important that you guys can make an informed decision. So I hope that kind of sheds a little bit of light on that. Anyway, thank you for listening and have a happy day. So she mentioned that she, you know, made an 1.5 hour video about it, but she didn't post that one. She made this one instead. I wouldn't mind watching that 1.5 hour video, even if it made her seem like a conspiracy theorist or a crazy person or whatever. I wouldn't mind watching it, just to know what else she had to say about it, about Kick and everything, and her experiences working with them. I wouldn't mind. And yeah, hopefully she's good. Hopefully she's all right. Hopefully she'll be able to keep posting videos. Like, if she's able to, like, I mean, she's already got 701 subscribers.
So she's close to getting her channels monetized, her channel monetized. I think you need like 1,000 subscribers and like a certain amount of watch time. So hopefully she can keep posting videos, get her channel monetized, and that can be, you know, that can help with her income. There you go. Just in case you want to like go show her some love, subscribe to the channel. And the things that she had to go through, I'm curious how bad Kick is going to get now that she's gone, because it looks like they wanted her gone. So I'm also curious because Bruce dropped him off recently, left Kick and went back to Twitch. I want to see if he's going to say anything about this. I'm curious if he will, and I'm curious to see what Trainwreck has to say about it. So actually, real quick, let's just see. Did he say anything about it yet? What? Yeah, she deserves to be monetized, bro. I hope she gets there. He hasn't said anything about it yet. His last upload was 10 days ago, and doesn't look like what was her name? It's Melissa Dude. Trainwrecks. It's Melissa Dude. Trainwrecks calls out streamer privilege during Texas Power. No, that's not about it. So it looks like he hasn't said anything about it yet. Trainwrecks ex-Kick employee. Nope, XUC damn sure has. Obviously, I heard that I haven't watched all of these clips, but it seems like XQC is defending Kick. But, you know, he obviously would, because he's got a $100 million contract with them. I'm sure Charlie will find out. Besides, I could try to letting him know about it, but I'm small time compared to him. He probably wouldn't even notice my comment or anything about that. But what about, let's see, Bruce dropped him off. Did he say anything about it? Reveals the truth about Kick. All right, this is like 4 minutes.
Now, everybody talking about Kick this, Kick that, da 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 da. You see why you mind your own fucking business, nigga? Because for a whole year, these motherfuckers believe that I got $80 million. There is no fucking way in the goddamn hell you niggas swore up and down y'all knew my business more than me. There's no way. There's literally no way. And then when some new business come out, everybody mad about the new business. You ain't know the business from the get-go. But anyways though, my deal, I was always able to stream on Twitch. The niggas who never stop watching know that. What I don't like is how people feel so comfortable to speak on my business when they don't speak to me in general, or period. And obviously, you know, I handle it behind. I am not going. But it's all love to Kick, because you know what's crazy? They're still giving new and up and coming people opportunity. And they gave me one of the best opportunities I've ever been in. That you buying everybody in the stream is, bro, just work for that.
Wait, when did this come out? This came out 2 weeks ago. This is not this will have nothing to do with what she's talking about. So yeah. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, man. I'm curious to see if Trainwrecks will say anything about it. I'm curious to see if Bruce will say anything about it, because he recently left Kick, went back to Twitch. I thought he might have had some insight on it. But yeah, as far as I go, I don't know, man. It's I think I had no real ties to Kick. I thought that it would be cool to you know, because they had that 90% split for like subs and everything like that. And I was like, all right, that might be cool. But as a small time streamer, and I have no hard ties to Kick, as far as I know, I think I'm actually done with that site, because it kind of sucks knowing what they do behind the scenes. The racism, the transphobia, the you know, all of that, the degeneracy behind the scenes. So I think I'm just gonna, you know, stop streaming on Kick, at least for the time being. I do want to hear what, you know, Trainwrecks and Bruce, or at least Trainwrecks has to say about it. But I don't think I'm gonna be streaming on Kick anytime soon. But anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So don't forget to do those 3 things I like to ask you to do, and like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah. And you know what it is after that. In case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace and much love to you.